Imagine this. You're standing in line at your favorite coffee shop, the smell of roasted beans filling the air. You order your usual, a double pump caramel latte with extra whipped cream. It's your morning ritual, your little slice of joy before the workday begins. It tastes like a treat, a liquid hug in a cup. But deep inside your abdomen, nestled just below your rib cage, your kidneys are screaming. Most people think sugar only affects their waistline, their skin, or perhaps their teeth. We've been conditioned to worry about the scale or the mirror. But your kidneys are the silent, primary victims of every single sugar rush you experience. These two fist-sized, bean-shaped organs are the unsung heroes of your biology, filtering roughly 50 gallons of blood every single day. That's enough liquid to fill a massive household bathtub to the brim, filtered and cleaned every 24 hours without a single break. Here's what nobody tells you. In 2023, over 800,000 Americans were living with kidney failure. 90% of them never saw it coming. When you flood your system with processed sugar, it's like trying to run thick, sticky maple syrup through a delicate fine mesh coffee filter. For a while, the filter manages, but eventually the mesh clogs, it weakens, it begins to tear. That's exactly what's happening to your internal filtration system right now. The scariest part of kidney damage isn't the pain, it's the silence. You won't feel a thing. You won't feel the inflammation, you won't feel the microscopic scarring. In fact, according to the National Kidney Foundation, most people don't feel any symptoms of kidney distress until 70% of their kidney function is already gone. By the time you notice the swelling in your ankles or the chronic fatigue in your bones, the damage is often permanent. But here's the incredible news. If you quit sugar for just 30 days, your kidneys don't just stop failing, they actually begin to heal. Your body is a biological masterpiece designed for survival, and once you remove the toxic load, the recovery process is nothing short of miraculous. Let me show you exactly what happens week by week. The hidden engine, how your kidneys actually work. To understand why sugar is so lethal, we have to look at how these organs function. Your kidneys are packed with millions of microscopic filtering units called nephrons. Think of these as the high-tech security guards of your bloodstream. Their job is to decide what stays in your body, like essential proteins and nutrients, and what gets flushed out as waste. When your blood sugar levels are constantly high, your body enters a state called glomerular hyperfiltration. This means your kidneys are redlining. Imagine driving your car down the highway, but instead of shifting gears, you keep the engine in first gear and floor the gas pedal. The engine screams, the heat rises, and eventually the parts start to melt. Sugar forces your nephrons to work at maximum capacity every second of every day. This constant high-pressure environment causes the delicate blood vessels in the kidneys to become stiff and scarred. Once a nephron dies from this overwork, it's gone forever. They don't regenerate like skin cells or liver tissue. You're born with a finite amount of filtration capacity, and sugar is the fastest way to burn through your inheritance. The first 72 hours, the great internal war. The transition begins the moment you decide to stop, but I won't lie to you, the first 72 hours are going to be a battle. Your brain is a glucose addict. For years, you've trained it to expect quick, easy hits of fuel. When you cut off the supply, your brain throws a massive chemical tantrum. During these first 3 days, you'll experience what many call the sugar flu, the nagging headaches, the irritability, the intense cravings that make you want to raid the pantry at midnight. Your energy levels might dip, and you'll feel like you're walking through a fog. But while your brain is screaming for a fix, your kidneys are throwing a party. For the first time in years, the red line pressure on their filtration system finally begins to drop. The syrup in your blood starts to thin out. The microscopic inflammation that's been simmering in your renal tissues begins to cool down. You might not feel better yet on the outside, but on the inside,
The rescue mission has officially been launched.
Week 2. The Great Deflation. By the second week, the internal changes start to become visible in the mirror. Have you ever noticed that after a weekend of heavy eating, your face looks puffy, your rings feel tight, and your socks leave deep indentations around your ankles? That isn't just fat, that's fluid retention. When you consume high amounts of sugar, your pancreas pumps out massive amounts of insulin to compensate. High insulin levels send a direct signal to your kidneys to hold on to sodium and water. Your body essentially becomes a sponge, soaking up excess fluid it doesn't need. When the sugar goes, the insulin levels drop. When insulin drops, your kidneys finally get the all clear to release the excess salt and water. This is why many people lose several pounds in the first 2 weeks of quitting sugar. It's not just fat loss, it's the relief of your kidneys finally being allowed to do their job. The puffiness in your face vanishes. Your blood pressure starts to stabilize. That heavy, bloated feeling in your gut disappears. You're literally lightening the load on your heart and renal system. Week 3. Healing at the microscopic level. Right now, you have a choice. Keep reading and commit to change, or close this and return to the path you're already on. Your kidneys can't choose for you. By the 21-day mark, the repair process moves from fluid balance to structural integrity. Your nephrons are supposed to be selective filters. In a healthy kidney, the mesh is so fine that large, valuable molecules like albumin, a vital protein, stay in the blood where they belong. However, chronic sugar consumption acts like a chemical abrasive, tearing holes in that delicate mesh. This leads to a condition called proteinuria, where you literally pee out the proteins your body needs to build muscle and repair tissue. It's like having a screen door with holes in it. The fresh air gets in, but so do the flies. After 3 weeks without added sugar, the holes in your filtration barrier begin to close. Your body starts to repair the basement membrane of the kidneys. This isn't just a wellness claim, this is a biological fact. A 2021 study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology confirmed this measurable improvement in kidney barrier function after sugar reduction. If you were to take a urine test at the start of the month and another at week 3, you would likely see a significant reduction in leaked protein. Your kidneys are becoming tight and efficient again. Furthermore, you're stopping the production of advanced glycation end products, appropriately known as AGEs. These are sticky compounds formed when sugar molecules bond to proteins. AGEs act like biological rust, stiffening your arteries and aging your kidneys prematurely. By cutting sugar, you stop the rust from spreading. Week 4. The shield against the killers. As you approach the end of the month, you're building a powerful shield against the 2 biggest threats to your long-term survival: kidney stones and type 2 diabetes. Most people think kidney stones are only caused by salt or not drinking enough water, but sugar is a secret, potent trigger. High sugar intake, especially fructose, drastically increases the amount of calcium your kidneys dump into your urine. When you have high levels of calcium sitting in your urinary tract, it bonds with other waste products to form crystals. These crystals grow into stones. No sugar means lower calcium excretion. Fewer crystals mean you avoid the white-knuckle, agonizing pain of passing a kidney stone. Even more importantly, you're reversing insulin resistance. Chronic sugar consumption is the fast track to type 2 diabetes, which is the leading cause of kidney failure worldwide. When you have diabetes, your blood sugar is so high that it essentially cooks the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys until they stop working. By the end of 30 days, your insulin sensitivity has improved. Your cells are listening to your hormones again. Your blood sugar is stable, not spiking and crashing. You're moving yourself out of the danger zone and protecting your future self from the nightmare of dialysis. The reality of the alternative. Why this matters. To understand the weight of this 30-day challenge, we have to look at what happens if we don't change. We live in a world that normalizes sugar, but there's nothing normal about kidney failure. When your kidneys finally give up, you're left with only one primary option: dialysis. This isn't just a quick doctor's visit. Dialysis means being hooked up to a machine for 4 hours at a time, 3 days a week, for the rest of your life. It means your entire existence revolves around a clinic schedule. You feel drained, your diet is severely restricted, your freedom is gone. The 5-year survival rate for someone on dialysis is actually lower than many types of aggressive cancer. This is the path that a high-sugar diet paves. But every day you choose water over soda or a piece of whole fruit over a candy bar, you're choosing a different destination. The 30-day reset, your starting point. 30 days is not the finish line, it's the reset button. It's the proof your body needs to show you that it still knows how to heal. After a month, you'll notice that your taste buds have changed. That caramel latte that used to be your morning hug will suddenly taste cloying, almost sickly sweet. Your energy will be stable because you're no longer riding the glucose roller coaster. Your skin will look clearer because the inflammation in your kidneys often mirrors the inflammation in your pores. Your kidneys do the dirty work of keeping you alive every second of every day. They work while you sleep, while you work, and while you exercise. They ask for very little in return, just a clean environment to do their job. Your next move. Tomorrow morning, skip the caramel latte, choose black coffee, green tea, or just water. Take a photo of yourself. In 30 days, take another. Your face will tell the story your kidneys can't speak. The next 30 days are going to pass anyway. You can spend them continuing to clog your filters, or you can spend them letting your body heal. The choice is yours, but your kidneys are hoping you'll choose them.